so glad you could join me here today. Today we'll be doing a nice little interesting painting. I hope you could follow along with me. Let me run the colors across the screen that you'll need to paint along with me. The same order they're in my palette, starting with my titanium white all the way to my cadmium yellow. Now, I thought today we could do a longer painting video, around an hour, so you guys could grab more information of me painting and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and let's get started with today's painting. I thought today we could do a seascape. So this is the same brush I used to prepare my canvas. It has a little bit of uh, liquid white in the brush, but nevertheless, same dirty brush. Just pick up a little bit of phthalo blue. Now, I'm gonna go into some crimson, phthalo blue crimson, and before I mess this up, let's put in some white just to make it lighter. And I know there's liquid white, but I still want it a light color. I don't want too much. I don't want the sky to draw too much attention. So as you can see, I have this nice lavender, and there's still liquid white. So just doing crisscross strokes, going back and forth. Now you can scrub it on. It really doesn't matter. All you're trying to do at this stage is just block in paint. That's the most important thing you can do. Just block it in, and it'll get lighter as it gradually goes down. There. If you want a bright blue sky, just use phthalo blue. But I decided I want a sky that doesn't really call too much. Okay? Just a little bit here. Oh, let me explain what I got done. I don't think I did that today. On the top it has liquid white, like a third liquid white, and at the bottom 2/3 I did liquid clear, just to sort of have those transparent colors show up better. Well, not transparent colors, but just I thought for seascape it would look better. Just going into some white and just hitting some spots I think that need it, that should be a bit lighter. Kind of aiming the brush strokes upwards so it looks like the sky is going this way. You can go back and forth, but I want a nice little soft sky. So just taking my time with it. And as I said, today's going to be a longer video. Thankfully, someone in the comments was able to answer my question of if you guys would watch a longer format video. And thanks to that, I said I would give it a try. A little bit more phthalo blue in here. Just a little. It's weird though, because my mind is telling me just beating the brush. My mind is telling me go quick, don't slow down. But I gotta constantly remind myself I'm doing an hour special, really. Okay, so I have that going on. Let's go ahead. Let me add in a cloud. How does that sound? So I'm gonna go into some titanium white, a little bit of that lavender color. Just a little bit of that lavender. And it's just so I don't have a pure white, you know? I don't want pure white. So just load it up. You can change the value to however you want it to look. I'm just mixing it up on my brush. Okay. Looks like a light blue, really. Let's come up here onto the canvas. Let's decide where cloud lives. I think my cloud lives somewhere around here. It's a big, fluffy white cloud. Just scrub it on, as you can see how I'm doing. Just scrubbing on paint. We'll focus on detail in a sec. And hopefully with longer time, I can add more details in the painting. So softly, very softly, just the corner of the 2 inch, and just lift up. I was just turning the brush, so as just using the corner, tilting the corner and turning it. That gives you nice clouds. Now, I'm going to a lighter one, adding more white to this color I used previously. It's still not uh, all white, but it's lighter. It's a lighter variant, we could say. Okay, and you choose how the cloud starts to take its role in shapes and forms and all that good stuff. Okay, now back to blending. Every time you have to blend it. Very gentle, very gentle. You don't want to destroy all your work. Lift up lightly, lift up. Now, you guys would say that's good, and it is good. There's nothing wrong with that cloud. But later on the video, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna add more details. Now, I just want a nice little floater cloud that just lives out here. It's going to straight white. Just like so. And I'm gonna blend that out. Not by going in circles and lifting up, but just by going across. Very so gently. And I'll blend it out for you. Okay, we'll come back to that later on. You have to sort of take a breath of working in one spot. So let's go ahead. Let me grab my palette knife, and I'm going to this ivory black. Very little ivory black, mostly Van Dyke brown, dark sienna, some white. Okay, maybe a little bit more black just to gray it out though. I don't want a dark hilly mountain. You'll see right now what I mean by what I just said. Shoot. Let's go ahead. A bit more black. You mix it to your liking. Mix it up to the color liking you like. I think that's good for what I want. And I gotta step back a bit and just imagine where each little bump would go. This is not a mountain. Although I'm still gonna put some highlights because light would still hit it. Okay, just move that paint really. Okay, very lightly, just following that line. What matters right now is that outer line. The inside, you can care less really. Okay, scratch off what's in the inside. Okay, just like so. Now, I'm gonna grab a flat brush. I used this a while back. Now I'm bringing it back. So just grab and pull. We only care about that outside edge, nothing less. So just want those little bumps. So a little shaky hand will be helpful. Okay. And a little bit over here. Okay. Same thing on this side. Gotta kind of extend this out. Okay. And I think that's about it. Now, we gotta go ahead and highlight that. So, I'm gonna go into some dark sienna and white. And then I'm gonna go in with this gray color to dull it. Maybe a bit more. It's like a gray brownish color. Let me go ahead and pile up. When I say pile up, I mean scoop all the paint from the side and literally just pile up that paint. Simple as that. Let me go ahead and just load up some paint in my brush. As you can see here, let's come up here. Let's think, hopefully you can see that. Let's think where some light would hit this. I don't think much details would show out here because it's just a distant little mountain hill, and I'm not looking for much detail. Remember, you get to decide how much detail you put in. And I think there wouldn't be much detail hiding up in here. So shoot, just have at it. I'm kind of having some tense, and I try to loosen up and have some loose strokes. Those look good at times. You just gotta know when, and with this you kind of have to angle your strokes, knowing where your strokes will be going to. So as you can see, this one's going this way, this one's kind of straight down, then a little curve, kind of straight down, and down. So they all have similar but different angles. So just adding in a few little. Now, for every highlight, there needs to be a shadow. You have to have shadow. So I'm gonna go ahead, add some ivory black to my grayish color. I don't want to exaggerate it too much because then it'll pop and I'll grab too much attention, which is something I'm not trying to do right now. I want to um, minimize the attention here. That's too dark. You see how it pops so much? That tells you it's too dark. You gotta mix it with your base color more. Okay, let's see if this is better. Okay, yeah, that's a bit better. It's more brown, which still a dark color, dark rich color, but it's not as dominant as that black. That black is such a contrast. I try to avoid using pure black. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just to me it calls too much attention, and I don't want that. Now, you could blend it out with your knife really. Like just gently go over it. They'll blend it for you. Is it the best way? No. Does it work? Yes. So just do what you like and try it out. Just lightly. I'm really interested in checking out how to start up a brush company, a paint company, and have my paints and brushes designed to my liking and being able to sell them so I could keep on making these videos for you guys, and you guys can have the paints and brushes that would specifically use. But I have nowhere, or I know no one where they could kind of help me out um, with any information. Okay, we're gonna go back and fix those highlights. Some of them got a bit messed up, but that's okay. Shoot, there's no big errors. Unless you grab a handful of black paint, smudge it on top. That's a big ol'. I don't think you could go back from that rather than having to repaint the whole thing. Let's come up here ever so lightly. I'm taking my time. As you can see, it's already 18 minutes and I'm barely in here. I know how to take my time and I know how to speed things up. I've kind of found that practice. Okay, the 1 inch, I'm gonna just gently blend out the base, just kind of tug and pull a bit. See, if I used the palette knife, it would have been too much texture, which would have called too much detail, and it would have ruined what I was striving for right now. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing I did it with brush rather than palette knife. Palette knife is way easier though. Kind of like leaving some breaks right here. You know, just ever so lightly. Shoom. Create that angle so the viewer knows where everything kind of connects. Okay? Just a dab or two. Okay. Right along here. Just a little bit. That one in the corner got kind of lost. Let me bring that one out a bit. Okay. Here. And a little here. Okay. So you gotta do the same with the highlights. Kind of push them, blend them a bit. Just a bit. Hopefully you can see the the mountain how I see it. So let's go ahead. Oh, my flat brush fell down. Let's go ahead. Let's start with the water. I was taking extra time with that um, distant cliff. People are probably saying, "Hurry up! I want to see the ocean part," which I get. I would be a bit frustrated too of just watching that, but hopefully it serves as a better. I'm grabbing a blue shop towel and just wiping off the paint. Hopefully that serves as a better teaching video or instructional guide. I truly believe with an hour special, maybe every 5 seasons, maybe every 10 seasons, I think everything would be fine. People would learn better. Okay, so now phthalo blue and alizarin crimson. A little touch of ivory black. That's just a very little touch. Mostly crimson. You want to use mostly crimson as your color to darken this up with. Now I want it dark because I can always lighten this color up, and it's harder to dark. It's not harder, but I just would prefer lighten it than darken it. That's personal preference though. So just lightly tug on it, and you have that kind of borderline. Now, let's go in here. Let me kind of make an outline where some sand would go. This isn't the color I'm gonna use. It's just a rough outline of where I want my sand to be. Okay. You know what? I'm thinking of um like a beach that I usually attend to or go to. So usually there's like a bridge. I could always change it. Could always just blend the color in. Shoom. Something like so. There would be stuff here. It's good to have a general idea of where you want to go when you're making it up on the spot. Just like jot down ideas. You could always change them, and it's just good to know Okay, this is what I'm thinking at this moment. It's like when you're playing video games. I don't know, some of you played video games, but the checkpoints that are in video games that save your progress, it's like that. Think about it that way. You're saving your progress on the canvas with a small, rough little sketch. And if you want to change it, you can change it. By now, I'll be trying to wrap things up. Hopefully, you guys enjoy a longer formatted video. Okay, just adding a bit more crimson, getting that darker feel over here. A little bit phthalo blue. Just mixing up. Ooh, that's dark. But you can see that shade difference. I'm gonna grab my 1-inch brush and try to blend out that shade. Had some brown in it, but it's no big deal. Okay, just adding a little bit of white. I don't want it too dark. Shoot, now I changed my value than what I had over here. It can be a problem if you don't connect everything just right or blend everything. But right now we're in the stage where you could pretty much blend everything and it'll still look fine. So that's all I'm doing, just blending in that color so it doesn't seem too far off. Okay, something like so. Now I'm going to put my palette to the side, grab a blue shop towel, and I'm gonna show you a little trick I do with my flat brushes when they have paint. Usually I'll run them through soap that I have after the video, but when I have to, I just grab my palette knife, squish out any paint, or squeeze out. Just let the paint come out. And I just repeat it on like a table or something, just to sort of um, get that extra support. So I'm just gonna do that real quick, just to clean off my brush a bit, because I'm going to need it right now in a sec. So still has some brown in there, so my cure is just fill it up with blue. I'm working with blue, so whatever new color I go into, it kind of blends out. So I'm going to some titanium white. Just take it into some blue. I don't want pure white. Okay. Ooh. Oh yeah, it's toning down. As you see, it's like not too bright, but not too dull. Let's come up here and very very delicate moves. I should say. They're not much big waves over there. If you get close to it, you'll see those big old waves, but from afar they look very, very tiny. They're not, from this point of view, they're not big waves. We'll put it that way. Nice and simple for everyone to understand. Now, I think I think big wave's gonna be right here, here, and sort of come up here, here. Remember, I could always change this. I'm not stuck with uh, this look, but just gentle, gentle, very gentle. Okay, load up my brush. Okay, very, I don't want too much, um, I don't want it too plain, I should say, but I don't want it too much detail that calls too much over there. Okay, load up, and maybe now we start to get a little bit of bigger waves, but just doing like C's. Just think about doing like, or the moon. You know how it's curved. Think about it that way. That's the best I could kind of explain as of right now. I might come up with something else to compare it with. Now, let me grab my palette knife. As you can see here, let's come up here. Let's lay in a few little extra highlights. I think they're coming this way. Just a bit. Okay. Now, very gentle. I'm a whisper. Very, very gentle. So that kind of calls enough attention for the viewer's eyes. Calls my attention at least. If I was the viewer, I would be focused on this as of now. Okay. Just gentle, gentle. Let's go ahead. Let's work on our major wave. So I'm gonna go into some alizarin crimson, phthalo blue, just on the 2-inch brush. I want some dark color. Let's come up here and just darken that up. Okay. I just want to darken up the top. Don't want to darken up much the bottom. The bottom here is where where the sand and the water are gonna meet. Now, at the end of the wave, I think there's some lighter just around here. So just sort of blend that out. Blend that out. I don't want no harsh lines, so I just blend that out real quick and simple. And let's go into some white and just some foam. Just using the flat brush and just pushing. Just using that corner still. Okay? Just push up. And look at that. Kind of falls out to nowhere. Let's add some details in here. Feels weird um going over that 28 30-minute mark. When I go under, I'm happy because um it's a shorter video, but going over it when I intend to do, let's say, 30 minutes and I do 35, I'm usually not the happiest at myself, and I try to practice as much as I can, so I keep improving in speed, timing, and everyone gets it with time and experience. I've been doing this for a couple years, so I kind of have that experience. You see how I'm angling my strokes upwards though? I'm just trying to give that indication it's going up. And you can blend out the base. Think about it as a mountain. Blend out that base and then lift up ever so gently, following that angle. Okay? And you could break that blend out with one or two sticking out from the rest. But if you do it with every single one where you break it, it loses that effect. So just do one or two that sort of come out from that blended area, and you're good. It gives that illusion that those pop out a bit more. Now, going back to our white and just adding, trying to highlight a bit more that foamy area. Just push up. You'll get that nice look. Kind of push up and use that corner. Okay? And just like that, we have ourselves a big wave. Now, let's go to the sand. I know I was working on this, then this, and now this. It's kind of, I would, if I was watching, I would comment, focus on one thing, but that's just how I am. Sadly, I can't. I can, but like, I tend to forget and move on to something without finishing another thing. So dark sienna, white, and cadmium yellow, just to mix up a sand color. Oh yeah, I like that. Maybe even a little touch more of dark sienna, just so later on I could add in a few extra little highlights. Okay, right now it's gonna appear a bit more darker. Oh yeah, that's perfect color, really. It seems too dark or it seems too brown too, but in reality, once we put in those highlights, mm, that sand's gonna stand out. That sand is gonna look gorgeous. So just block in that sand color. I put more brown just so it could appear more darker, and for the reason that I want to apply highlights rather than it being all bright. That's a personal preference. You could go lighter and just not add highlights, or you could still add highlights. I'm just choosing personal preference, and there's liquid clear underneath, so it won't change the value unless I go in with white, with my 1 inch or 2 inch. Just grab it in, get in those corners, creaks and crannies. Scrub, scrub. Just like so. Do it right around here. There we go. Now, let's go ahead. This is my thing. If you're gonna take 50 minutes to an hour to film a video, or, well, not film a video, to paint a painting, at least make that time worth it and make that video almost the best, if not the best, you could have possibly done. Because what's the point of doing that and it's not, the painting doesn't look good? And people will say, yeah, it looks good, but the artists themselves will know, did I really give it 100%? Is it really the best I can produce? And although it might sound harsh or one doesn't want to think about it that way, that's the way it is. And I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I'm just saying that you have to be able to give it all you got. Just scrub it in. And so I'm trying to give it all I got. Seascapes is not the best thing I'm good at. I'm better at painting mountains and evergreens and all that good stuff. But if I have an hour with seascapes, I have to, or I feel like I owe it to everyone that I have to deliver on that long period of that video. Now, going back into some white, just pure white, but your brush is dirty, so it's not going to be pure. But we don't, you get the point. We're just trying to highlight. Just pick apart those parts where you want the sand to be. Okay? I think right around here. here, and you just want to sort of blend it all together. And you see how that dark underneath shows up? That's perfect. You want it to show up just like so, very, very lightly. As you can see, it's looking a bit better. Not quite done there yet, but it's looking 10 times better. Maybe here, 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 and here. Who cares? Maybe even here. Just adding white, but I'm trying to leave a little bit of that dark or that different shade to show underneath, just so you can see that highlighted difference. Okay, go across, kind of try to blend it out. Now, what I'm going to do is clean my knife. I have a rag off to the side, get some white, and just plop that white on. Extra highlight. Maybe here. Notice how I didn't hit every single spot. I don't think every single spot needs it, and it would lose the effect I'm trying to give it. I want just some spots to look lighter. There we go. Maybe a little bit here. Just very little. Not compared to the others, it's a little amount. Might even pass an hour today. I was taking too much time now. Okay, let me try to speed up a bit. Van Dyke brown, a little bit of titanium white. You can add in some dark sienna, just a mixture of all those three colors combined, white, brown, and both the browns. Cut a roll, and I want paint breaks, so just very gently grab and pull that paint, that brown paint. Gotta have that angle to sort of rely on. Shoom. Okay. I'm going very gentle. But I like that. And when it dries, it's gonna have so much texture. Now, let's put up a little guardrail. That under sketches, it looks like almost like if I had gesso underneath. Okay, just like so. uh, I just thought just like so, just so. Little inside joke I had. Okay, maybe over here. Close this off. Gotta have the safety of the people in mind. Okay, very, very gentle. Same brown that I used. Shoot, very lightly. You just need that small little highlight to indicate the wood. Let's get that handrail. Okay. Now, sorry for crossing back and forth. Um, I'm going to blend that blue in with the sand color, sort of to break that barrier. But you see how it makes this color in there? Hopefully you can see it. Just breaking in. Okay, gotta fix those edges up. This is the first time I actually finish the white on my palette. Usually I have white paint left over. This time I don't. This time actually use quite the white. Okay, and this isn't such a complicated painting too. I just kind of slowed down everything. Okay, now something to help with the sand and all that is I'm gonna grab some white and just a lot of pressure, and just that paint will roll off and make it seem like um, the foam that's on between the sand and I don't know why I keep forgetting what I'm trying to say. The sand and the foam, the water or whatever you want to call it. Just trying to give that look. Just blend it out. Okay, gotta do a bit over here. Just a bit. Okay. Some titanium white. Few little highlights. Okay. Gentle, gentle. Whew. If I wanted to, which I think we have just enough time, I can go ahead, go into some ivory black and just push on some bushes that live out there in front of that island. Okay, little bit of sap green, cadmium yellow. Okay, just use it like a 1 inch. I was gonna scrub it, I don't know why. Just load a lot of paint and just tap it. A flat brush can be used for a lot of different things. You just gotta learn how to use these brushes. Okay, let me grab a palette knife, scratch in a few little sticks, twigs. Maybe there's no palm trees here. Maybe it's palm tree free over there. Just blend this out a bit into the sand. How much time do we have left? 56 minutes, so we got around 4 minutes. Let's do it. Let's go ahead. Let's plop in a trash can. Usually in Los Angeles, there's a trash can, so something here. Something along those lines. And light would hit over here, so there would be a bit of a shadow over here. Blend it out. And let me go ahead. Let me go into some brown, some light brown that I used for the mountains or hills or whatever those are. And just lightly. Okay. And I'm gonna go into some white. The very little white I have left. Just shoot. Little bit here. Just blending some pieces out. Okay. And just mess around with this painting. I give you guys the outline, you guys write the essay. That's how to treat this. You change up a few things, but it's pretty much similar. Shoot, bit here, bit extra highlight here, just a bit. Blend this out. Go very lightly over those extra little highlights. Got less than a minute. So I think with that, we're done. I know I said we were gonna go back to the cloud, but it's still a great cloud anyways. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you were able to watch the whole video. I hope it gives you more instructions. Pardon me. I hope it gives you more instructions and is able to teach you guys better. I know it's double the length. It's 2 videos long. But I really hope you try this painting out. From the bottom of my heart, I like to wish each and every one of you the best of luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, my friend. Goodbye.